two bags of 5 kg rice, 2 bags, 4 cartons of Indomie, 5 mosquito nets, 1 roll of toilet paper, 2 bags of salt. That's all.
That's all for NEMA.
Yes.
Was the NEMA South coordinator part of the people who came to deliver these items, or was it just people, officials of NEMA that came?
He sent people.
Okay. What did the state government bring?
State government brought 1 bag of gari, half bag of rice, 4 cartons of Indomie, 4 tubers of yam, 10 liters of groundnut oil, 10 liters of red oil.
Is that all?
Some tins of tomatoes.
Okay. Is that all?
And four packets of Maggi. That's all.
Now, these things were brought for all the communities. Mention the communities that were supposed to share these items, please.
The items are already been shared. This one I mentioned is for Ususu community.
And how many families make up these communities, please?
Well, 6 families.
Okay. After the flood, there's been nothing that's been brought by either NEMA or the government to support the people?
After the flood, nothing has been brought to the community. Only sharing brought some food items.
And the local government chairman, you said he created a bypass for the road. Has there been any talks as to what work should be ongoing on that road so that the actual road can be used to at least move food items and carry bigger vehicles? Have there been any conversation as to when the work would begin on the road?
That all depends on Shell. We have been begging Shell to come and reconstruct that very area of the road.
What about the state government and the local government chairman?
The state government has not done anything, but the local government chairman has created a bypass for vehicles to pass.
By chance, has he perhaps spoken with the state government to find out maybe he's held meetings or he has spoken into the ears of the governor to say this is what the people around this area in Outer West are suffering, and the governor's currently flagging off projects and commissioning road projects and should be even flagging off another internal road project in some areas of the state. Has there been any conversation perhaps with the chairman to know whether this has been mentioned to the state governor to look into the situation of the road in those areas that were affected by the flood?
No. I'm not aware.
All right. We have a very short commercial coming in and that we'll go for. When we come back, we'll continue with the conversations and you tell us more about the health situation of the people in the community. How are they being taken care of health-wise? The health centers around the area might have been affected by the flood as well, if there was any of them. How are the people managing with their health? Is that something you can just share with us quickly?
Okay.
So, be a part of the conversation. You just heard from the His Royal Highness, Paramount ruler of Ususu community, Engenni, all in Outer West local government area. His Royal Highness Chief Ambassador Mason Loki Unuke. And he was telling us about the items that they received during the flood, and so far they haven't received anything after the flood. So it's almost like, if you are going to go by what he has said, the people are left to their fate. And the condition of the road as well, he has said the most that they have now is that the local government chairman created a bypass, but then the bypass was something that was cleared off in the bush that can allow for people to walk through. and for small vehicles to use, but then major vehicles cannot access that area. Has there been any conversation to look into the damages that the flood has caused to some of the roads in these various communities in the Arashi region? Well, so far so good, none that we are aware of. Remember, you can be part of the conversation on Facebook and on Twitter. On Facebook, the handle at Nigeria Info PH. On Twitter, the handle at Nigeria Info PH. You can start dropping your contributions and comments. On Facebook, we're asking to find out from you the condition of the road in your community. If it was affected by the flood, how is the road now? Has there been any steps taken to address that condition? I already told you about some people in Akinima who have complained about their farms. No plans for them to be reintegrated into society. How can they go back to farm? Where would food sufficiency come from? We've been complaining about the issue we have with food security in Rivers State. Well, is the government looking into all of this? We'll find out more when we return after this very short commercial. Stay tuned.
Stay with us, Nigeria.
Hearing from Chief Mason Loki Unuke, Paramount ruler Ususu Ogu community, joined Engenni, out the west in local government area in Rivers State, and he's been talking about the living condition of the people before the flood, after the flood, the donations and contributions that were made. There were relief materials that were delivered by the state government and NEMA, as well as the oil company Shell. Also, the condition of the road in the community after the flood. I told you that you would see pictures of those and videos of that road on our social media handles in just any moment from now at Nigeria Info PH on Facebook and on Twitter, so you can just log on there. And also, while you're doing that, let us know the condition of the roads in your community that was affected by the flood. I'll get back on with my guest. We'll just get final words from him so we can open the phone lines and get your opinion. Your Highness, you're welcome. Thank you for staying on the line. So tell us, hello. So tell us, you sent me a picture of a road that was leading to the house of the doctor for the general hospital,
Yes.
which wasn't really good. But the house I saw in the picture, is that the residential apartment for the doctor? Is that where the doctor lives?
That's the residential house.
That house is where the doctor stays.
Yes.
Okay. And that house was also affected by the flood, I'm sure.
The house was not affected by the flood because the house is on platform.
Okay, but that house, because the house in the picture is, sorry to say, really old and really looks like not somewhere anybody would stay. It almost look abandoned. Has anybody been staying there?
The doctor came some years ago and left and did not come back.
So at the moment, no doctors in Joinkrama.
No, that's not
Ususu.
There's no doctor in the general hospital, Joinkrama.
So what about the hospital? Is it functioning?
The hospital is not functioning because no nursing, no doctor, no medicine, so it's not functioning.
And what has the local government chairman said? I mean, he's the closest government you have first. Is he aware of the situation in that area?
He is aware of the situation, but he has not done anything.
So now, how do you get medical attention, especially now that the flood is receded? I'm pretty sure that people might have gone down with malaria or different other ailments. How have they been getting medical attention?
To get medical attention, we go to Yenagua. We go to Yenagua or Kolobri for medical attention.
And the part of the road that is bad, it doesn't affect your movement?
Sometimes it will affect because when the vehicle is tanked on the spot, no other people can pass. So people will come down from their vehicle and start to push the vehicle tank before they can pass through.
Does the local government chairman stay in the community? Does it stay in the local government?
The local government chairman stays at Akadema, the
headquarters. Okay. All right. We really don't have a lot of time. I wish there's more we could talk about. I know there is more we can talk about and more to know. Okay, quickly, tell us about the power situation. Do you have power? Do you have light in that area?
What the people of Ususu Ogu community want is government should supply us with cassava stems, plantain and banana sucker for the replanting against next year. Though we don't know whether the flood will be as big as this year's own. So that's what we want. That's what the people of Zangrama want. We want medical attention because people are sick. We drink from the river.
I was about asking you that question, where you get water from.
No, we drink from the river.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Highness. Thank you for your time. I would have to allow you go now because we really don't have a lot of time left on our hands. But we'll keep in touch any other time to know what the development is.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And please, if you can, we'll need a picture of the bypass that was built by or created by the local government chairman, the alternative road that the people of the community now use since the major road is practically impassable due to the erosion caused by the flood.
Okay,
All right.
okay, I'll do that.
Thank you very much. Well, you've heard from my guest the situation there in Ususu community. Engenni, Join Krama, Ugu. I just have to put all of them together. All in our West local government area. And what the situation is in your own community, you were affected by the flood. Akinima, people of Akinima, we spoke to them as well, and I'm sure you've heard on the news. They also are requesting the same thing. Cassava stems, suckers. My question is, where is the Ministry of Agriculture? Don't we have some sort of program on standby for emergencies like this? We know it's seasons for elections and everybody's politicking and projects are being flagged off and commissioned. The welfare of these people in local communities, those people who want to run for local government chairman, House of Reps members, state and national, what are they doing for their communities in these times where the people are in need of help? Well, on Facebook again, let us know. We'd like to find out from you the condition of the road in your community. It was affected by the flood. Share that with us at Nigeria Info PH. Again, at Nigeria Info PH. We now go to the phone lines and let's get your thoughts. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I am Comrade EUNS. I'm calling from Oshamu in Onega.
Okay, talk to us. Good morning.
You see, what the Paramount ruler said is exactly what is happening in my community. The needs that he has pronounced are basically what we need now. Because the whole farmland we are surrounded by this flood, and we don't have cassava steps. People are traveling as far as Dema and far back to that upper area to go and buy just some few tons of cassava for 1,500. The people are really suffering. Not everybody have that money. In Onega here, yes, we received a little thing from the local government, according to him, that is coming from the governor. Outside that, nothing. Apart from an NGO known as Rich that came, what they gave us was reasonable. 5 kg of rice, 5 kg of garri, and 5 kg of beans, and some other things. That was the only thing we have ever seen since calamity like this occurred to a community. That is the only attention we have ever received, whether from government or anybody. So right. Please, we need these things now. They are very important now. We are going back to farm. We are not even relying on government for any of that. We want to go back to farm.
All right, thank you very much. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Andrew.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Letan Barry Sunday. I'm calling from Bori.
Okay. Talk to us.
My concern goes to these people that are lamenting the poor state of care towards them. And the federal government has also been out to tell us that the governors should account for ecological funds. And what we see, instead of governors to take care of these people being ravaged by flood, is them going to be bragging on political standards, pulling down billboards that does not affect positively to the lives of the people. People are complaining their health status. Nothing is being done. They are talking about cassava, how they can start life again, because if there were proper governance in the state, I think things were supposed to have been taken care of before it affects them to this level they are now. My brother, I don't know how we get to this Babylon and this kind of Babylon leadership and confusion, that we are always hearing article problem, which is not even part of our problem. How do we get to this? I want to advise are yearning for another political era. Let us put our eyes, ears, understanding on ground.
All right, thank you very much. Major point. Rivers people, the Rivers people are pretty listening, and when it's time to vote, hopefully they know who to vote for, what to vote for, and why they are voting. The number to call 070-0923-0923. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Good morning. This one says from WhatsApp, Matthew Ebube, the last flood has caused a lot of problem to my people in Engenni. The only access road we had has been cut off. It is very difficult to get to communities like Ikodi, Kunusha, Egovia, Udoda, Ogbogolo 1, 2, and 3, all in Ward 4 of Awelga. I think that's the exact road we're talking about as well. Government should help. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Yes.
Hello.
Don't blame local government chairman.
They say you haven't stated your name, by the way.
Anonymous, I want to tell you secret. I work with the camp, I work with the council. You see, when allocation comes, the money, don't blame even governor. Governor is not touching our money. They will share this money between the chairman, the SAP, and the local personnel, the treasurer. What they be doing after retirement of all of us, let the government set partner and put all the SAG, the treasurers. They are 20 and 23, remember. Very simple. It's a system of your affairs. The houses they are living. Like me, I'm talking to you. I'm living in a rented apartment. It's a system of your affairs. They are building, and where they are living. Some governments in the north cannot. Every day they blame government do this, government do that. They are sharing the money. That's what I want to reveal to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Nigeria Info, good morning. We lost that call. For me, I think about this and say, shouldn't we have a recovery plan? What is the recovery plan on ground for the various sectors that would have been affected by the flood? That's a very important question. Sadly, whether or not we are going to have people from the various ministries speak to Rivers people, at least, that's like what you can do for free. At least talk to Rivers people and let them know what you're doing. These days, that seems to be very difficult to do. Yet we have people who are occupying public office, but don't find it important enough to speak to the public, except when they feel it's comfortable for them, maybe. Because when you look at the situation in the health sector and those people that would have been affected by the flood in that area, you would wonder, do we have a plan? Okay, after this flood, what are we doing for these people? The agricultural sector, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Commissioner, what is the plan? When COVID came and we shut the borders, I think it revealed a lot about how far we are from food security in the state. Whether we like it or not, that became exposed. Many would expect that immediately after that, the plan would be to begin to build step by step how we can, from the grassroots, begin to secure food. The flood has come now and is revealing again, even if we're not seeing the adverse effects yet, if nothing is done as soon as possible, this might turn out to be another huge problem. Already the price of food items, Gary, would be going up in the market, and we heard one of the callers say they go to buy cassava stem for just 1,500. So while we are looking at flagging off roads and more projects, also can we look at what we can do for food security, and not just say it on paper or for the public, but let us see it on ground happen in the communities. Nigeria Info, good morning.
It's quite sad that the governor will come on air to announce to the people that he has donated 1 billion as relief to these flood victims. And up to today, they have gotten nothing. That amounts to lip service to the people.
No. I don't think they said they didn't get anything. And the 1 billion was during the flood. And if anybody would explain to us how that money was spent, it would be the committee, the flood committee. And I've told you that many a times the chairman has been promising me that it was going to come on air. Well, whether that's just something he says to put me off, I don't know. But I was still waiting. The last time I spoke with him, he said, well, government has plans for post-flooding. And what are those plans? Well, yours truly, I haven't heard, but he says there are plans. So,
I'm talking about even during the flood. What they got is not commensurate with what was announced and to be released to them. I know families personally who got 1 cup of rice. 1 cup of rice. And this is a governor that does not make promises and fail. So he should investigate. If he has actually released that 1 billion, what it was done with and what got to the people. If he keeps quiet over it, I think he's telling very bad about this administration.
All right, thank you very much. On the other hand, look at it and think, is 1 billion enough for the various stages of disaster management? Would 1 billion be enough for the various stages of disaster management? We're at the recovery stage now. I don't think that 1 billion still would suffice. The 1 billion was basically for relief materials, which even at the time, experts believed that it wasn't going to be enough. I had some experts in the studio who spoke to us about the whole process and the various sectors and what the IDP camp should even look like. Were they looking like that? So would the 1 billion have been enough even for that period where we were reacting to the disaster? And now that we need to plan a recovery, should we still be talking about that 1 billion? Shouldn't more monies have been released? Shouldn't we have a more robust approach as to how we can help people reintegrate into society? Nigerian, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
And my name is Divine, calling from Woji.
All right.
I want to start from the most cause, and then let's see how we can propose solution. Because right now what we are looking at currently is how to solve a situation that has happened already. But what are we going to do? What can we do? Because this flood will not become a problem in the next 10 years. 10 years ago, 2012 precisely, this same thing happened. But it was not as devastating as it is now. I was always using the East West Road every week because I work that as it's going to. And it was devastating. We see the flood close to the road. At the time, it almost covered the road towards Tatani. As at then, people are using through the road because they could not follow this road. Then, suddenly it has caused heavy damage after 10 years. Other advanced countries that are going to be thinking of, next 10 years, this could reoccur. What do we do now? Is the federal government thinking of building dams to avert this issue in 10 years' time? Because all of us are really going to swim. If you're not careful in the next 10 years, including Port, we are all going to swim. There could be no studio to talk about this then. There could be no road for us to follow. There could be no home. Even the IDP are talking about, there could be no camp. The flood will cover the camp. Because, so what are we doing now? Because we are looking at bring 1 billion, bring 2 billion to buy the food and get them no gari and give it to rice. There could be time where there will be no rice. There will be no gari. The money cannot even stop anything then. So what do we do now? We're speaking of federal government, give more down. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, that's another plan. That's another conversation for a whole different day. What we do to avoid a repeat of the situation we've just experienced. On Facebook, Nwipenu Dumale says, road in Boe community is very, very bad, impossible. Government should do something. Tabak community, it is quite unfortunate the government is not doing anything concerning it. This one says the bridge in that Aoda road that leads to Abua is bad. Dema Eli sent in that one. We have messages on WhatsApp as well. This one says, it is really disheartening that our dear governor started well, suddenly became so distracted these last days, and that self-propelled shift of his has led to massive suffering of the people in the state. We can believe that the most celebrated governor nationwide and beyond still has impoverished sisters and brothers. This one says, good morning. River State government gave 1 billion to flood community flood victims. It's the committee. He gave to the committee to take care of flood victims. What did the committee use the money for? The people are going through pains. Peter Umbotem. Well, they would have to find out. Good morning, Mr. Andrew. This one says, the governor appointed special advisor that all comes from these communities that people are lamenting as a result of the flood. So my question is, what are they doing to draw the attention of the governor to the plight of their own people? Well, the advisors should and supposed to are to advise the governor. Well, we'll draw the curtain here. I will keep you updated with any other development. Hello, Port Harcourt is next. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Thank you for your time. Good morning.
Nigeria Info.
Hello, Port Harcourt City. Are you ready? Dominant